You want me to put that on my Tudor?
This one's wife. Those legs. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This one's wife's legs have often found themselves the subject of scrutiny. She's often referred to as having chicken legs. Now, this isn't a video shaming her for the state of her legs, that'd be rather boring, but rather it's an examination of what's really going on with those legs. It is the case that this one's wife has never had particularly well-defined legs. She's often lacked muscle definition on her thighs and on her calves. You contrast that, for instance, with the legs of Catherine, which demonstrates that there's somebody that regularly undertakes exercise, where it's more likely the case that with this one's wife that she's less likely to undertake exercise and similarly keeps herself looking thin, simply as a consequence of the reduction of her calorific intake. But it is the case that as a consequence of recent photographs, her legs look even skinnier than usual. As you'll be seeing on the screen, there are photographs that have been taken from her recent appearance at the Katy Perry concert and also on the tarmac at Santa Barbara Airport, where the skinny nature of her legs becomes truly apparent. Some people might like them, some people may not like them. That's not the point. The question is, what's actually going on with those legs with regard to them becoming skinnier, and why might that be happening in relation to this one's wife? I've explained to you before that this one's wife is a somatic narcissist. For the purposes of helping people understand about narcissism, I divide narcissists into 4 cadres, which essentially details the preferences of the narcissist. You have the victim cadre, individuals that essentially moan and whinge, had health problems, injury difficulties, often incompetent when it comes to sex. They want to be mothered, looked after. They want to have somebody that is always attending to their needs. In some instances, where the narcissist is the parent, they require a child to parent the parent. In other instances, in a romantic relationship, they basically want a nursemaid. We then have the cerebral narcissist. It's all of the mind, an individual that is somewhat highbrow. Sometimes they are, sometimes it's feigned, but they have an interest in politics, world affairs, current goings-on. They are interested in literature and film. They may well undertake puzzles, play chess, for example. They're interested in philosophy, debate, argument, and discussion. The cerebral narcissist has all of those interests, which enables them to flex the mind. You then have the elite, which is an amalgam of both somatic and cerebral, therefore not as full-on as the pure category, but showing aspects of both, and then somatic. The somatic narcissist is somebody that is interested in appearance. Often they will look really good, or believe that they will look really good, because often the narcissist labours under a delusion. Accordingly, their appearance and the appearance of others matter. Money matters. Being seen at the newest restaurant that has opened matters. Going on swanky holidays and splashing it all over social media matters. Somatic narcissists are often, but not always, hypersexualized. And there are various aspects of those cadres. Not all will be applicable, only some will apply to each narcissist, and in some instances it can be the case, for instance, that a somatic narcissist may have a preoccupation with money but doesn't actually have any, or a somatic narcissist has a preoccupation with money, has lots of it, but is tight as a gnat's chuff. So there are various variations on a theme that take place with regard to them. But for this one's wife, she is a somatic narcissist, which means her appearance matters to her. She wants to wear expensive clothing and jewellery. She will use cosmetic surgery. She wants to be seen. She wants to be photographed and filmed. She wants to be seen at events. She wants to be seen with the beautiful people. She is interested in travel, interested in interior design and having the best of things. Sex is something that is utilised by her during the golden period, where she will dole out lashings of spicy poontang, and it's evident with regard to her relationship history, this is something that has been utilised frequently. Thus her appearance matters to her, and with that comes the issue of body shape and weight. A somatic narcissist invariably will keep in trim. Therefore, they may well exercise and diet, or perhaps do one and not so much of the other. They will rely upon certain enhancements to make sure that they look good. The whitening of the teeth, possibly having rhinoplasty, liposuction, a boob job, pec implants. And thus, with this one's wife, in order to maintain a particular appearance which she believes is attractive, she has been embarking upon weight loss. There, of course, have been the suggestions that she's been utilising Ozempic, and what we're seeing is a side effect of this, in that she's not eating and she's lost a lot of weight, resulting in the rather skinny legs that have appeared. Whether that is linked to Ozempic or not, we don't know. It's simply a rumour. But what we do know is that the marked weight loss that has been seen isn't as a consequence of anxiety, isn't as a consequence of her being nervous, despite that being a suggestion from individuals, but simply part of her somaticism looming large. She wants to look good. You can debate as much as you like as to whether she does. I've explained to you before that many of her clothing choices are through the visions of her delusion, that she thinks she looks really good in them, but actually she doesn't, and she'll regularly rebuff the suggestions of stylists, etc. Similarly, she will believe that physically she looks good. There'll be some that will agree that she does, that she looks slim and that she's beautiful. There'll be others that think she looks too scrawny and it's not attractive. After all, these observations are subjective. But the point of this video is to demonstrate how her appearance matters to her, and with that comes her physical appearance in terms of her body, and how that's linked to weight loss and weight management. And it's evident that she has undertaken some significant weight losses of late, which has resulted in her legs looking scrawnier than usual. Thus, she does this not because she's nervous or anxious, but because she believes that it makes her look good, that her narcissism compels her to undertake this weight loss, whether it's as a consequence of simply utilizing willpower and reducing her calorific intake, or, as has rumoured, utilizing Ozempic to get there, is ultimately by the by. The point is, she is doing this because as a somatic narcissist, she believes that it makes her look good, and it's being done in order, as always, to pursue the prime aims, to cause people to respond to it. Not in a sympathetic way as to say, oh my goodness me, my dear, you look like you need feeding up, but rather to say, wow, you look great, you've lost so much weight, you look fantastic, so that people will praise and admire her. She may well be disappointed because that may not be the reaction that comes from many people. But that is what she is after. Her narcissism driving her to do that so that people show that they are under control and that they provide her with fuel as they remark upon those legs. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.